I was hit by the news that I had TB in my womb about 9 years ago, and I was a public figure in South Africa. I was at the top of my career. I was on the Lux ads on television for the cosmetics and soaps. I was the host of Big Brother. I was at the height of it all, and I was told that I needed to take TB treatment. And I was A, surprised because I didn't think TB even existed anymore, and B, I was devastated because I remembered that it in fact was quite dangerous and could kill people. And so I looked for treatment, and when I did receive my treatment, it was very difficult for me to fathom that I was sitting in a clinic, number 169 in the queue, with other sufferers in a room that had no ventilation, and we were all sufferers. And I suddenly realized that we don't talk about TB, and yet there are so many people suffering with it. Of course, at the time there was the stigma of if you have TB, you must be HIV positive. And so I made the decision to not just speak out about my TB status, but also to speak out on behalf of other sufferers, most of whom are impoverished and poor and from marginalized communities, and do not have a voice for themselves. And I felt as though I could truly put a face and a voice to TB.
As an activist now and as an ambassador for the Red Cross and others, what have you learned?
I've learned that there is a world of activists out there attempting to eradicate TB, but the fact is that TB research, TB activism, advocacy, as well as work on the ground is under-resourced. And so a large part of my work will be to, again, just highlight the need for resource mobilization across the world, because with the scourge of HIV/AIDS, it seemed as though all the energy and work went there, when in fact at least a quarter of people living with HIV die of TB. And so this must be given the attention it needs. And so the big lesson here is that the same mobilization that was put into working on HIV and bringing it to the attention of people needs to be put into TB.
So what can each of us in the community do?
What you can do is firstly get tested. It's one of the first things we try and encourage people to do. And I think understand the symptoms of TB, that if you're struggling with night sweats, if you have had a cough for more than 2 weeks, if you have a hurting chest and you loss of appetite, loss of weight, particularly that cough that just doesn't seem to go away no matter what antibiotic you're taking, to try and get tested. And another thing, to insist not just on a course of antibiotics, but that your physician actually tests you for TB. Too many physicians don't give TB the attention it needs.
Last word.
My last word is that TB is 100% curable if detected early, and adherence to your treatment does mean that you have a great opportunity and a better lease on life. So even if you're HIV positive, the opportunity to be treated for TB means that you can add 10, 20 years more to your life.